Hello everybody, I Aditi Saxena, the English faculty of New Light Institute is here to discuss the English Set 3 question paper of your board exam. So I hope let's begin with this. So first we'll start with section B, which is your grammar section. In this, the question says, fill in the blanks by using the correct form of verb in the bracket from the given portion of letter. We hope that you continue to work with the same zeal and keep dash us with such remarkable performances. To this, the bracket, the word is being given as surprise. The answer would be surprising. Answer would be surprising to it. So we hope that you continue to work with the same zeal and keep surprising us with such remarkable performance. Then we move to the next second one. In this, you have to find the error and correction to it. The sentence says, a flu vaccine's most common side effects are soreness, redness, and swelling at the injection site. These ought begin 6 to 12 hours after vaccination and can last up to 2 days. So what do you find that what could be the error to it? The error would be ought. The error is going to be ought, and instead of ought it would be either ought to, or you can write it as these would begin. Either we will write here as ought will be the error, to which we can write as ought to or would. Ought to or would. Then next we move to the third one, which is Tanu and Amit had a conversation about the execution of Tanu's travel plan. Report Amit's question. The question is, will you be going with your family? To which this is starting with a helping verb. That means this is a yes or a no question. So for this we need to have the connectors as if or whether. To this we will start here as Amit asked Tanu. You will say it as Amit asked Tanu whether she, because here you will be converted into she and will be converted into would, and we will change the placement of this also. So it would be whether she would be going with her family. Here your will be converted into her. I hope you understood this much. Then we move to the fourth question, which is again read the dialogue between Karan and his friend Parvez regarding Karan's winter vacation plan. To which it says, Karan says, how is your winter vacation plan shaping up? Parvez says, alas, there are no plans. We have extra classes during our winter vacation. So you have to select the option to it. Karan asked Parvez how his winter vacation plans have shaped up. Parvez sighed and said there were no plans. He further added that, now we have the options to it. The answer would come here as, the sentence was saying we have extra class during our winter vacation. This is supposed to be reported. So for this we have to change the have into had and we will be converted into they. So the answer would be, he further added that they had extra classes during our winter vacation, during their winter vacation. To which the option is the C one, that they had extra classes during their winter vacations. Then we move to next question, which is the fifth one. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option to complete the lines from the policy document of an insurance company. It is our endeavor to select to settle your maturity claim on or before the due date. The servicing branch dash sends maturity claim intimations 2 months in advance, to which the answer would come as usually. Then we move to the sixth one. Again we get the error correction to it, which is an early and active communication is required as late notification may result in the delay rehearsal of your request, to which delay becomes your error, and instead of delay, what would be the correction to it? Delayed. The answer would be delayed. I hope this much is understandable. Then we move to seventh question, and again this is an error and correction. Excess pumping of groundwater leads to decrease in groundwater level, but if continues, it can exhaust the resource. To this we have 4 options, which is option A, leads to lead, option B, continues to continued, option C, and to also, and option D, can to should. But according to this C, here no and is being given in these 2 lines. So this makes that maybe some problem is there in the question, to which if you have written as continues to continued, the answer would be correct. But according to us, the question is incorrect to it. So if you have marked here as B, continues to continued, the answer would be correct. Then we move to the 8th one. Finally, she went to the best doctor in town. The doctor spent months on dash her until she was finally cured. To this, the answer would be treating. If you'll read it again, finally, she went to the best doctor in town. The doctor spent months on treating her until she was finally cured. I hope now this is understandable. After that, we move to the 9th one. Again, we have the reporting word, the reporting question. Here, mother says, do you know the importance of water for our body? To which Priyanka says, yes, indeed. Water is essential for digestion and regulation and regulates body temperature. So here, remember, this is a universal truth, and universal truth, when we have the universal truths, the tense of the sentence does not changes. So here when we are going to report this, the tense will not change. So we'll say it as, mother asked Priyanka if she knew about the importance of water for their body. Priyanka answered in the affirmative and explained that water is essential for digestion and regulates body temperature. You will not change it. It will be water, that water is essential for digestion and regulates body temperature. This would be the answer to it. I hope it is clear till here. Then we move to the 10th one. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option to complete the part of the all right reserved note given in the textbook. No part of this publication may be reproduced, transcribed, transmitted, stored, or translated into any language. Any person dash in relation to this publication may be liable to criminal prosecution and civil claims for damages. So for this, what will come here as the A1, who will be doing any unauthorized act. If you read it again, any person who will be doing any unauthorized act, मतलब जो भी unauthorized act करने जा रहा होगा in relation to the publication may be liable to criminal prosecution and civil claims for damages. Then we move to next 11th. Complete the slogan by filling in the blank with the correct option. There's no place like earth to live and work. So let's dash a better place. So what we are going to? We are going to create it as a better place. So we'll say it as create it. The answer would be there's no place like earth to live and work. So let's create it a better place. Then we move to the last question of this section, which says identify the error and supply the correction for the following sentences taken from the copyright document, which says as the information contained herein is subject to change without the notice. Reproducing, adaptation or translation without prior written permission is prohibited. So here we are seeing it is given as adaptation or translation, but here we are having it as reproducing. So this will become an error, and instead of reproducing, we will write as reproduction. So error would be reproducing and the correction would be reproduction. I hope this is clear. So this completes your grammar portion. Then we have the creative writing portion. This is again the way you are presenting your answer, you will get the marks according to it. I can only discuss regarding the format of how you are going to do this creative writing format. Here first two questions which are given as an option to you, both are consisting of your formal letter, to which the first one here says as Sharman Singh of 776 Hemant Kund apartment, Armapur, you believe that as a law-abiding citizen, you pay regular taxes, you deserve regular supply of clean drinking water in your house. Everybody needs it. However, your locality is facing acute shortage as supply is often disrupted without notice, causing problem to the residents. Obviously, if the water supply would be obstructed, we'll face different kind of problems. Write a letter to the director of Jal Board of your city area. What is your city area? Armapur. Armapur. In about 120 words. You don't have to increase your word limit. You have to stick to your word limit. That will save your time. Apprising him for the situation, sharing the need for regular supply of clean water, and requesting him to take necessary action to improve the situation. For the same, the format would be, first will come as your sender's address. So here, what is the sender's address? Sharman Singh. So in that place, you will write as Sharman Singh, 776 Hemkund Apartments, Armpur. This would go as your sender's address. In this letter, you have Sonam Mehta as your sender. Resident of, so address would go as 14 Sunrise Apartment, Udaipur. This would go as a sender's address. Then comes the date. You will be providing the date when you are writing the letter. After that comes the addressee's address. That means the address of the receiver. You can call it as a receiver's address. So who's going to receive the address, who's going to receive this letter? The director. So you'll write here as the director, address mein Jal Board of your city area. So area would be Armpur. In this letter, you have to write this letter to the editor, Local Daily, Udaipur. This becomes your addressee's address. Then comes the subject for what you are going to write this letter. For the first one, the subject would be irregular supply of clean drinking water. You will write it from here itself, irregular supply of clean drinking water. This will go as a subject. Whereas in the second one, what would be the subject to it? That you have distress of the misuse of proper maintenance of public park. So you will say inconvenience faced due to misuse and proper maintenance of the public park. This is what the subject will go as. Then we move to the body. Here the body would come as in just 120 words, which is being indicated in both the letters. You have to only stick to the word limit, which is 120 words. So remember, you have to stick to that letter, stick to that word limit, because otherwise it will be a time waste and there is no use of writing much. At last, you can write it as with regards, or you can write as thanking you, your sign and the name. You do not have to write your own name. The names are being provided here. You are Sonam Mehta, who is writing the letter, the second one, and in the first one, you are Sharman Singh. So these two names are being provided, which you are going to provide it here as the name to it. Now we will move to the section A, which is your writing section. In writing section, we got two paragraphs. One was the descriptive one and one was the factual one. So first we will move to the first one, to which the question says, which of the following statements best describes the difference between renewable energy source and alternate energy source? To which the answer would be the B one. Renewable energy source are inexhaustible, whereas alternate energy source could be exhaustible. Then we move to the second question. What is the tone of the writer in the given line from para 4? We have to find the tone. That means how the writer is presenting this comment, what is being given here. However, thanks to increased demand, more experienced energy developers, competitive supply chain, improved renewable technologies, and enhanced energy efficiency capabilities, that's no longer the case. So these lines are being given, to which we have to tell that what is the tone of the writer. Here the tone of the writer is very optimistic. You can write here as that the tone of the writer is very optimistic, which says as, you can say it as hopeful, because he is very happy with the progress which is being done by the government. Now, when we move to the third one, it says complete the sentence appropriately. In the past, alternative energy sources were not used much by the consumers because they were often prohibitively expensive and lacked the efficiency and accessibility that they have now achieved due to the advancement in technology and increased demand. This would be the answer to it. Then we move to the fourth one. The passage includes some words that are opposites of each other. Opposites means the antonyms from the sets A to E. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have sets from A to E below. Identify two sets of antonyms. That means we have to find the two sets, not the one option. To which here we are going to find the two options to it. To which one option would be the B1, which is exhaustible and inexhaustible. This is a clear antonym to it, exhaustible and inexhaustible. The second goes with E, which is sustainable and exhaustible. These two are the sets of antonyms being given here. Then we move to the fifth question. Who is the leader of renewable energy pack and why? So according to this, who is the leader of renewable energy pack? So here the answer would be the wind energy. Who is the leader of the renewable energy? The wind energy is the renewable energy pack. And why it is? Because it is versatile. It can be harnessed on various scales. That means we can retrieve the energy from the wind in various ways. So this becomes as the leader of the renewable energy. Next we move to the sixth question. Based on the reading of this passage, examine in about 40 words. Remember, again, whenever the word limits are being provided, we need to stick to the word limit. There is no need to write extra words to it because it will only give you 2 marks. You'll not get any kind of extra marks if you write something extra. It will be just waste of time for you. So here, you have to tell the difference between geothermal electricity and hydroelectricity. For this, you will write the answer as geothermal electricity generated by tapping into underground reservoirs of hot water and steaming utilizing Earth's internal heat. In contrast, hydroelectricity is produced from the energy of moving water behind dams. This would be the answer to it. Next, we move to the seventh question, which says, what is the message conveyed by the passage? That means what we are going to get the lesson as. What is the message? What is being taught to us by this passage? The option says, only those energy sources should be used which are renewable. So no, this is not the right answer. Then we move to the B one. Wind energy is a renewable as well as inexhaustible source of energy. So again, this is not the right answer. Then we move to the third one, which is there are plenty of renewable energy resources that can be used to replace traditional energy sources. So according to us, this is the right answer to it. So for 7th, the C option goes as the right answer. Then we move to the 8th one. State whether the following statement is true or false with reference to the given extract. That means the passage which is being given, in that you have to tell whether the statement is true or false. And what does the statement says? Hydroelectricity as a renewable energy source is used for residential as well as commercial purposes. So what do you think? What would be the answer to it? It would be false. The answer would be false to it. Why? Because hydroelectricity is primarily used for commercial purpose rather than residential ones. This makes this first comprehension come to an end. Then we move to the second comprehension. Now we move to the second paragraph, to which we have the questions as, the first question says, complete the following analogy appropriately based on your understanding of para 1. We can say that for becoming the king of jungle, lion has to be the strongest, bravest and fiercest. Similarly, mango is known as the king of fruits because, now we have the answer to it. It is because of its exceptional taste, cultural significance and numerous positive qualities. Then we move to the second question, which says, fill in the blanks with the appropriate option from those given in the bracket. The statement that India is the largest producer of mangoes with 45.88% of the total world's production can be attributed to Indian orchidists is a fact. Because it is an objective detail because it is an objective detail. Next, we move to the third question, which says, justify the following in 40 words. Again, we have to stick to the word limit, which says as, India, being the major shareholder in terms of mango production, exports only 0.52% of its total production. So we have to justify it, to which you will write the answer here as, India's low export percentage, which is 0.52%, despite its significant share in mango production, reflects domestic consumption, prioritization of or logistical challenge. This indicates a focus on satisfying local demand rather than maximizing inventional trade. Potentially due to factors like perishability or market constraints. This would go as answer number 3. Then we move to the fourth question, which says, based on the table, which 3 countries were at par with each other in terms of mango import from India in 2019-20? So to which we'll refer to the chart which is being given. So which 3 countries are at par? At par means which is on top of all the countries. To which we have 24, 33, and then the maximum other number is 9. To which the 3 countries would be UK, Nepal, and United Arab Emirates. This would be the answer number 5. Sorry, this would be answer number 4. Then we move to question number 5, which says the top mango importing country is the USA. However, India exports only 2% of its total exports to the USA. State any one inference that can be drawn from this. That means you have to take out one inference from the extract which can be drawn from this. To which you will write the answer here as, one reference that can be drawn from this is that there may be significant barriers or challenges hindering India's mango export to the USA, such as high transportation costs and strained import regulations. This would go as answer number 5. Then we move to question number 6, which says, in the given sentence taken from para 2, select the option that correctively replaces the underlined word with its most likely antonym. That means challenges ka we have to find out the antonym of it. These countries are the bigger challenges for Indian mango export, to which we have the options as enigmas, solution, provocations, and disputes. And for challenges, the answer would be solution. These countries are the bigger challenges, that means problem. The problem ka opposite would be solutions. So here we'll use the word as challenges ka answer would be solutions. Then we move to the 7th question, which says, why is India described as the largest producer of mangoes in the world? We have to again answer in 40 words, to which the answer would be, India is described as the largest producer of mangoes in the world due to its extensive cultivation area, comprising 46.02% of the global mango growing area. Additionally, India's favorable climate, diverse varieties, and agricultural expertise contribute to its dominance in mango production. Then we move to the 8th question, which says, which of the following is the main takeaway from the study mentioned in the passage? So what is going to be the main takeaway? First option says, India needs to produce more mangoes so that more can be exported. So no, this is not the right answer. Then we move to the B1. The UAE imported most mangoes from India in 2019-20. Then we'll go with C1. India is the largest producer of mangoes and by putting in more efforts has the potential to be the largest exporters too. So this would go as your right answer. For this, C is the right option to it. This completes the section A also. Finally, now we have completed section B and section A. For section C, you would have written, it is completely based on your literature questions. So for what you have written there as a matter, you will get the marking according to that. So for that, whatever the material is being provided out there, you are going to get the marks according to that portion only, to which we will only be discussing section A and section B. Thank you. I hope you understood nicely.